Queens and gentle Xenos, coming to you live from Rick Priestley's luxurious mansion. This is the #1 Tyranid shit show on the internet, the Creature Conference. And here is your host, Mr. Pink.
Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of the #1 Xenos shit show on the internet, the Creature Conference. And because today is the anniversary of the Stonewall riots, happy Pride! Woo! I'm wearing my Nikki Clie threads, although I don't know if that's reversed or if you can even read that. But yeah, it's the end of Pride Month, but happy Pride to everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be talking about these tasty little nuggets, which are idols that were created by Hydra for a Solstice 28 event. He's going to tell us about that. And then Flynnhammer is going to tell us more about June Sealer and how it's been going. I'm in my alternate studio because it was hot as bazingas here for the last couple of weeks. So that's why everything looks weird behind me and not like my other studio. But anyway, it'll work. All right, let's do it. So welcome, Hydra. How you doing?
A little stressed out.
Oh, don't be stressed. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Flynnhammer, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. It's been warm over here in the UK for the last week.
Oh, yeah? Maybe you guys got the heat dome. Maybe it moved over to you from us.
Yeah, and I don't do heat.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Dude, I don't want to brag, but
And cold?
no. It's been fucking warm the last days, and it was so warm that we even dropped out of school early. We got a heat break or how.
Oh, you got a
However
heat
that's
break?
called.
They don't do that here.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, we got it on Thursday, although Thursday was not that bad. So, well, that's actually yesterday. But yeah, my brain is kind of deep fried. But my wife insisted on us getting a pool, so that made
You
at
got
least
a pool?
I would say, yeah, that made 2 hours more acceptable.
But we're talking like a wading pool for kids, like a small pool, right? Not like you got a giant pool.
Well, it's not as big as the thing that got that our neighbors got, and our kids are complaining about this fact constantly. It is
You're like, listen, you little shits, you got
big
something.
enough. Exactly. Yes, we bought them at pretty much the same time, and we agreed that we would, if we have one or the neighbors have one, we cannot, have one on one side, and the other kids are standing on the fence, being like, "Oh, we want one too." So, yeah, we decided we thought that we bought the same product at the same time, but as it turned out, theirs is a little larger, but it's higher, but we didn't want it to be that high because when in summer the little nugget arrives, then yeah, I don't want to have to worry about kids drowning in the pool, so we got one that I can sit in comfortably and have just my head poking out.
Oh, cool.
The image of that.
So you're like the Hydra crocodile.
Yes, pretty much. It's not large enough to swim actually in there, but it's large enough.
That sounds pretty big. Like, I'm impressed. I mean, I haven't even seen I want to see this thing at some point, but like a picture, but not now, obviously. But
Yeah.
I'm curious because I'm a water baby.
It's 4x4. No, 3x3 meters.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be such a large burned place in the garden, in the lawn, that you can see it from a plane.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's. But honestly, the pool has to. It is all set up now after over a week of building stuff around it, being like it's not as easy as it might seem. Like, dude, just build this thing and put it there. No, you have to worry about all the logistics and water and pump and electricity and everything. But yeah, far from complaining here. It's done. The wife is happy, and that's the most important part.
Good. Okay, where the heck are we? Sorry, I thought I had this all set
Cheers.
up, but apparently I do not. Oh, goddamn.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay. So, yeah, we wanted to well, I guess we should start off by talking like what's been going. So is that your hobby life for the recent days, Simon? Have you had any other hobby time other than building a pool?
No, I did enjoy watching the kids for the first day and playing in the pool, and built this thing here. I'm not sure if you can see
What
it
is
properly.
that challenge called? Rock People?
Rock Folk Challenge.
Rock Folk. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a Discord, and there are quite a bunch of talented sculptors on. It's called Indie. What's that? Indie Sculpting something. Let me check this. But what they do is they eventually do all these competitions, and there's a dude called Mangling Minis on Instagram, and he what he did was at some point he started to sculpt on wood and make faces on wood, and then built little tree men. And he even did that with his family, and that was pretty fun. And at some point he sculpted faces on these on rocks, and the people on the Discord liked it so much that they kind of made it this challenge.
Yeah.
Just take a take a stone, take some putty, and sculpt a face on it, which is pretty fun because it's a larger scale. You don't have to worry so much about if you're doing it right, if you're doing it wrong. There's no prizes. It's just for freaking fun, and that's great.
Cool.
And I could do it while I was watching the kids in the pool, so that was great because I didn't have to worry about too much detail and all that.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. And another thing that's happening right now is called Vignette 28. That's initiated by a German who's running by a high-tech ogre on Instagram.
Yep.
And he's kind of taking the photography part of the miniature hobby more serious these days.
What is that thing you just put on your desk?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a sec.
Okay, sorry.
And what he does is this competition about taking cool cinematic photography of your miniatures. And I have been looking for something like this for ages.
Oh.
And I finally found it, and it's doing this.
Oh, it's a smoke machine. Okay.
Yes, it's a smoke machine.
Okay.
But I always get these ads on Instagram, and they're always costing like a shitload of money. And I found this sweet company in the Netherlands. The case is pretty basic 3D printed, but it does what it should, and it creates fog greatly, and it stays nice. And yeah, I've been toying around with that and photography lately because I think on Sunday is the deadline for this. So yeah. That's my hobby life.
Cool.
When I first saw your rock, I instantly thought of Neverending Story, the Rock Biters.
Oh.
Yes.
Simon, have you been watching you hit metal 17 times?
Yes.
Flynn made me think of it.
What I was thinking about.
Yes, because that Flynn they use that in that video thing they're doing.
Yeah, because I thought of that like earlier this week. It's like I haven't caught up, looked at it for any updates for a while because they did that the whole every 3 days was the same thing.
Yeah, but now they're just posting it back to back. It's good.
Yeah, I need to go and have a look at it again. Is that the next day after I thought about that, you had posted it on your story. I was like, I'm at the office right now. I can't do that. Must watch it later. Completely forgot to. You reminded me again.
You just thought of it because you said the rock biter, and he's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Or no, but I got inspired by that because I wanted the lower lip to I had this dent here, this thing going upwards, and I wanted it to be one corner of the mouth.
Yep.
And extend the lip line to the left. And I hope to get the paint job so it blends in more.
Yep.
So you cannot really tell the difference between the stone and the sculpting on. So it
Nice.
looks like this jawline. Yeah.
No, that I love. Like when you posted that thing, I loved it. Great
Thanks.
work. Especially, I like that you. It seems obvious, but I like that you posted it in black and white because it is a good test to see how well it meshes, and it meshes pretty
Yep.
damn well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Flynn, what about you? What are your hobby developments for the last week?
I have actually finished all my conversions now. I've actually
All of them.
got them all
You've
done.
ever started. They're all done. Every single one.
Every single one I've started that I will plan to ever see all the way through has been finished. So those slug psychophage body ones,
I was
they're
joking.
done.
Wow.
But so I've got that. It's into the painting now for everything. Just I haven't picked up a brush last week because I was just trying to push those last two done. I've got the photos done. I've got the 2 giants in a trench coat posted.
Oh,
as
stream.
well. So that I was looking forward to getting up for everyone, which I think people have enjoyed.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's been a calm 2 weeks for me. But it's just getting that point of that's all done now. It's a whole okay. What else am I meant to do when what else can I do when I'm actually meant to be working?
You mean like at work?
Well, I can work from home.
Oh,
So
right.
in between working from when I'm meant to be working from home, it was sculpting a building.
Hold on. I'm just adjusting Hydra's thing. There we go. I'm adjusting Hydra's thing. Oh, where's that slashy content sign when we need it?
Ooh. Honestly, we're fidgeting around with that. It's been so long since I've been on stream.
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
You were gone on holidays, and then we would have streamed, and then I had my party, and I think you guys streamed, but I wasn't there.
We definitely streamed. We streamed without you.
Yeah,
We're
you
bastards like
streamed the
that.
shit out of it. Yeah.
We streamed the emergency German.
Yes. That was the super woke stream, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vogue stream.
That's the one where I found with Nick. We found Nick was on a list.
Yes. The
For no good reason. For someone else's work. But anyway, I'm still happy to have made the list, even if it was in error. Yeah, and I mentioned it like at the very beginning, but for those who are not aware, because I was not aware, today is the anniversary of the Stonewall Inn riots in New York City, which many people kind of in the United States certainly attached to like the start of Pride, like Pride celebrations, was this riot where the cops tried to raid this gay bar tavern. And the patrons were like, no, we're not having it. So they started a riot, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, so that was in 1969 on this date. So that's kind of like one of the historical hallmarks of Pride. And just in case people think that New York City was the only place that cops were being dicks to people, members of the LGBTQ2SIA community, we had our own kind of Stonewall event in Canada, in Toronto, called the Bathhouse Raids, which damn it, I don't know the date. I think it was in the 70s or early 80s, where there was these bathhouses that gay men would meet, and cops went in and raided them and did horrible things. So anyway, idiots everywhere, and glad we're moving on from that. Yeah. So, Hydra, do you want to throw us into the... Oh, wait. Is there any other updates you want to share because you haven't been on stream for so long? I'm not trying to plant anything. I'm legitimately asking.
Thing, but I think you posted about that already. I got sent something which you cannot see by hopefully Delta, and I'm keen to try it.
Just 1 second.
It is actually a
Oh, is that the
Tyranid
thing to go with
part.
the thing that I sent you?
Yes.
Okay.
We can't see it on YouTube.
Are we being sneaky about this? I have one too. Should I go get it?
No, we just go ahead.
Okay.
There's not much to see. I just wanted to mention it, that it arrived, and I'm very happy for it. And I feel like hopefully Delta is doing what we always wanted to do, which is great to see someone pursue our dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen to find out how it works because I'm pretty much intimidated by the Lictor kit itself.
Oh, come on. It's so nice. There's nothing to be intimidated by. Trust.
Yeah.
It'll take very good care of you.
I like the time when I could see where the torso is. But anyway, shall we start?
Sure.
Thought you'd make a drum roll or anything like that.
We haven't got the budget for the sound effects yet.
Oh, damn it. Do you want to adjust my window? The window?
God. Can you adjust your... Wait, are you in Chrome?
No.
Oh. I could have told you how to magnify your screen on Chrome right away.
Good.
Wait, try holding down Shift and then pressing Control and then pressing the plus button. F12.
Wait. What are you on? Windows or iOS?
There you go. You got it.
Yeah,
is that Shift Control Plus?
No, it's not Shift. It's Control.
Okay.
And then roll the wheel.
Yeah, that's the other one.
There you go.
Yeah, because I'm on Firefox. I know.
Oh, so I don't know, that'd just be the same if it was on iOS or
anyway.
Whatever. But yeah.
Anyway, I will make it as large as possible, right?
Sure.
Okay. So, I just finished my Solstice 21 project.
28.
And
or was it 21?
Yeah.
28.
28. Yeah, I'm confused with numbers. So what I did was in 2021 apparently. I thought it was 2020, but it's 21. I got this fancy idol sitting here by Wilhelm Miniatures. And I kind of wanted to do something like that because I thought, well, having a sitting figure on a throne or on a block would be pretty simple. So I started sculpting. And here's some progress shots of that. I have to enlarge every single window. Oh, that's great. Yeah, so what I started with was a block of Fimo, which I had lying around and didn't use for anything. And yeah, started to sculpt stuff on it, like a sitting figure, which was great fun because you can see the base is roughly 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters, but it's 4 centimeters high.
Yeah.
That was basically due to the fact that I was building at the time a temple terrain piece, and I wanted this this block to work to fit with the rest of the blocks that I was cutting from XPS by that time. So yeah, I sculpted on that, and I sculpted. Oh, this is how I started. Looked quite hideous in the beginning, but it went pretty quick, and I was surprised. And then I was I was surprised, and then I was frustrated because I got to the point where the thing looked like this. So I had this extended hands. I borrowed Giger's fingers, and yeah, it was basically fun with textures and stretching the human
Physiology?
Yes, exactly. um, and yeah, that was. I was pleased how it looked, but I didn't know where to go from there. Because it needed a head and a head or a face or whatever. And looking at the thing that Wilhelm had done, Wilhelm had wings, as Cthulhu is described in the story, and it had the tentacle face. But I felt at this point that a tentacle face would be hanging out too far from the body because I had made such a long neck.
Yeah.
And then it would look weird because it would not. Well, making tentacles is easy, but making tentacles look like they were sculpted or carved from stone is quite complicated. I found, at least at that point. So I got stressed out by the thing and didn't know where to put it. And then I put it in the drawer because I was frustrated. A little later, I thought that I should make a save copy as like in a computer game when you're not sure if you want to engage this boss, then you save the game if possible, and then you continue on.
I like that you refer to your own sculpted materials as bosses that you need to engage with.
Well, it feels like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's when the flow catches you, or it catches me. There's no stopping. But sometimes I need to overcome and work hard to get back on the desk and finish things. Especially when I don't care. That's usually when I'm best, because I don't care, and then I just make, and by making things, I just I do things, and in the end, I'm either pleased with it or not. It doesn't really matter because I didn't stress out about it. For example,
Yeah.
this rock face. That's that I really like how it turned out. If it would have turned out complete trash, or the kids would have drowned in the pool and I would have needed to save them, and the putty would have went hard, that would have not bothered me. But I like this statue at some point so much that I wanted to make it right. Then I stressed out, and then I stopped it, and then I made this cast of it, or I made a mold, and the cast that I took from it frustrated me even more because I had bubbles where I did not expect them, and yeah, that got me really angry. So I had a couple of these casts where I tried to make them better and better each time, but they just got worse in my eyes, and then I took all of them and put them away. And that must have been around May, and then I almost forgot about this. And in summer that year, the Slug Wizard Spring started. So for everyone who doesn't know what that is you can look up Slug Wizards on Instagram. And that was basically, the idea was that Brian Ruhe, I will pronounce his German name German. So Brian Ruhe came up with the idea because apparently there has been a video game and blah blah blah. People where there were slugs who were wizards and whatnot. that he wanted this to be kind of a kit bash competition on Instagram, and so he invited folks to build a slug wizard, whatever they would envision of what this word might mean as a miniature. And I really like that idea, having a wizard snail. And the clue about this project is what Brian associated with the idea was that if you donate a certain amount to a charity organization, then he would send you a pin and a sticker just as a thank you for donating to this cause. And I really, really like that because it was so easy. People were having great fun sculpting things, and he would not support. If you've done something wrong and someone pats your head, that's an encouragement, but I'm really lost for words now.
Consoles?
Anyway, so he encouraged people to donate to a good cause, and by saying, "Hey, I'm going to send you some stickers here," and I really like the idea of this sort of return. That if you do something to encourage people to donate, other than I know selling them stuff or anything like that. So I thought, be the change that you want to see in the world, and the winter approached, and I wanted to do something similar, and that was the point where I remembered my stupid little cat. Okay, I did not take the picture with me. So yeah, I took the miscasts that I have made and sent them to people, to friends and dudes that I hoped to be open for this sort of project on Instagram, and tried to promote this. And so the idea was that they took my failed casts and finished them, so that they complete these objects and do their magic with them. And we were 8 at the time, and everyone did their magic with that. And in the end, we raffled these things off. So if I think it was €5, no, 20, apparently. I do not recall it. I'm sorry, but if you donated to a good cause a certain amount of money, then you would buy a raffle ticket, and that was pretty amazing because I was not expecting so many people to join this. So I basically copied how it worked on Slug Wizards. If you donate to a charity organization, you usually get a a certificate or a receipt that you have donated, and Brian wanted to see this certificate on an email, and I just copied that. So I said, whenever someone sends me their receipt, I'm going to put their name in the raffle pot, and in the end we raffled these things off. So Nick, you've been part of this. How did you experience it?
So, as you can see, there's something on my desk right now. It corresponds to one of those pictures that Simon's showing. Because I never finished mine because I'm an asshole. But this very stream has inspired me to get off my ass and finally finish this damn thing. And Simon, if you still have contact information for the winner, I'd like to send this to them and then match their donation to, I can't remember what they donated to, as an apology for taking forever to get this to them. Anyway,
I surely have the list somewhere. Yes, I usually do not delete anything.
anyway, go on.
Yeah, so that was great. There were lots of highly inspirational people. I even, when you look at this picture at the bottom left, you have Wilhelm Miniatures
I
interpretation
forgot how
of the
cool
thing.
some of these are. Like seeing them again, like, oh man, they were so good.
Yeah,
Including
each
yours,
one
dude.
is.
Yours was so good.
Thank you. Yes, that was great to go back and work on this thing, because it feels like I can only encourage everyone to do something like this. Just sculpt something and try to cast it and then work onto it. It feels like just finishing a project, like the last 15% of it. And because of the bulk of the work has already been done.
Or if you are afraid of casting, go to our friend Ramshackle Games, Curtis in Nottingham, because he's a super generous dude. And he's got some kind of agreement that if you like send him something you sculpted, he'll cast it for you. He'll send you a bunch of copies. And I think the only catch is that you have to allow him to like sell them on his website. And he's like the super most generous dude about this. So that's a possibility too.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still overwhelmed by how cool these are. Like Gardens of Hecate's interpretation, and yeah, I basically went to people that I adore, and they made awesome things with it. And totally not panicking, on the top left, he built a massive piece that incorporated even dog fish treats. He even worked a dried fish into this. Um, and it was so big, and afterwards, after he built it, he was like, okay, I'm going to send this to someone. Oh Jesus, how is that going to work? And then if I recall correctly, he agreed with the person that he would kind of redo this and sculpt, make something similar but smaller for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was 2021, and in the following year, um, I wanted to do that again, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do it, and so I took my time to start anything. And in the end, I started working on things that I could use for this event in November. You can see when I posted this, and it was in November. That was hilariously late, because I could not send this out to people again, um, for them to finish it. So I was kind of desperate what I should do with that. And in the end, I came up with the idea that I would do casts, and everyone who paid a certain amount of money could, quotation marks, buy for their donation a cast. So yeah, that's the story behind them. I worked my way through them. Here you can see how I kind of started. I always took this block, which is super handy because you have something to hold on to while you're sculpting. And I worked slowly towards, two figures who are basically um, Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep in my head. So as I started with Cthulhu the first time, I felt I should finish him the second time. And because I was afraid that people were not really willing to buy those things, quotation marks, buy, I I decided to make a set so that that people would be like, oh, I can actually do something with them. It's not just one stupid headless thing, but I have like multiples, and multiples, people always root for multiples, right? So I made two of them. And we wrote, so me and Zebo wrote a scenario for Necropolis 28,
Mhm.
so you can use them in the game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, well, I even played the scenario at some point, and it worked. It was great fun. And therefore I made some drawings for them. And as you can see here in my video, I was going for a 2-part mold back then, because that's
'Cause you're a fancy man.
how you. No, it's avoid. I wanted those casts to be proper, and so I tried to avoid bubbles where I could. And in a two-part mold, you can more easily have vents in there.
Yeah.
And so that was that would that's what I did then. In the end, I had 3 models, and I promoted this whole thing on Instagram as I usually do, and it went surprisingly well. It went. I can say the numbers. So when we did the raffle thing, we got
The first year?
donations. Sorry.
The first year of it?
Yes, in the first year we got donations for 1,300 euros.
That was in
Um,
2022?
that was in 21, and in 22 with those 3 casts, those 3
Give that to me one more time. In 2021, you made how much?
with the raffle was 1,300.
1,000. There it is. 1,300. Okay. And then in 2022?
We did pretty much exactly 1,000 euros.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was, as you can see, this whole project is quite time consuming. It took me half a year to freaking cast those this year, and last year it took me I don't know 3 months or 4 to cast all that. So I wasn't sure if I should do this again. And then there's a profile, a fellow German dude who's called Hellfire Miniatures on Instagram, and he made a Hellfire idol jam where people would sculpt a little idol, and I figured this would be the perfect excuse to participate in this competition and sculpt my idol for 2023. I did not make it. It wasn't finished when the Hellfire Idol Jam deadline was over, but I came up with something that was a frog because I'm still sticking to the Lovecraft mythos.
Yep.
So we have the headless not Cthulhu. We have Nyarlathotep. We have Cthulhu with a face and tentacles. And then I wanted to make Chautauqua. That's described as a massive frog thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to tweak it somehow because just having a frog with a big mouth was weird, and so I kind of remembered a classic artwork where kind of fertility symbols were used, and someone was weirdly squeezing a boob, and I thought frosh with boobs, why not? But that was still not. So it's a miniature, right? So it should be interesting to look at from every side.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do with the back. So I went with eyes, and then I went with more eyes on the head. So more is always good. And I don't know what those things on the back are. Like there's this one weird toad where that carries its youth on its back in
Mhm.
like flesh pouches. I know everyone knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, but
yeah.
so I was wondering if I should do that, or in the end I just pushed in these balls, and I really like how it turned out. Um, and I figured that if someone paints this thing at some point, they can decide if those are eyes or, I don't know, eggs or whatever.
Yep.
So that's the little frog demon in the end. So we have no triumvirate, but we have four, and yeah, that went down last December.
Yeah.
So I'm always
2023.
doing that for, or no, always is wrong. I did that for Solstice 28. So no, for Solstice, not 28. We are not in 28
Solstice in
yet. I don't know what
2021.
I'm. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what I will be doing in 4 years, but so
That's when you're going to
um.
sell the chess set, buddy.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah.
More on that in a second. Okay, continue. Talk about 2023, how it went.
Oh, I just made this out of a fail cast. Always keep your fail cast. So the specialty about this year was that I turned 40 in 2023, and my wife is smart, and she
My wife is
looked.
smart. I like it.
Yeah,
Smart.
she's not standing behind me holding a gun to my head.
No, no, no.
So she organized as my birthday present from my mother that I got a pressure pot. So this is the holy grail for anyone who literally the holy grail for anyone who wants to cast resin. It sounds super complicated in the first place, but I had Curtis from Ramshackle Games and the
Otherwise
dudes
known as
from
nicest guy.
yes, and the dudes from Between the Bolter and Me, and who helped me out more than once with questions and
Oh, they're
everything.
also super nice. Between the Bolter Me is one of
Yes,
the nicest group of guys in the hobby. Super generous.
yeah, they're awesome, and they helped me greatly, and with this whole project, because I did not know what I was doing there, and they always were like, yeah, 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 this, do that, do this, do that. Um, so the just to explain for a second, I got a vacuum pump and a pressure pot at the same time, and the vacuum is you cannot really cast resin with vacuum. And in a second, you will see in this little video why, because the vacuum doesn't suck out all the bubbles. It might sound like it, but it takes ages for it to come out. Um, so what you have to do, or what I learned from Between the Bolter and Me, is that you put whatever you cast into the pressure pot, and then put some vacuum on it very very quickly for half a minute, so it sucks out all the biggest airs, and more importantly, it squeezes the mold a little bit together, so the resin flows into all the recesses, and then you apply the pressure. And the pressure squeezes the fluid resin into every little corner. And I underestimated this whole thing when I used it the first time. This is what this little video is about. Because I did not pressurize the silicone. And while mixing the silicone, I had all these little bubbles in there, which I always have. So no big surprise here. But when I poured the resin in afterwards, something happened that has never happened before, because the pressure is so high, it squeezes the resin into every bubble that normally would not be filled. So I had this weird warty frog. um
Oh,
yeah, so long story short, it took me, I don't know, I would say 2 months to get used to how this thing goes and how it works and what to do and what not. And then, as always, it's like always, you start with a project and then suddenly a material is missing, and then you know have to order it, and then you have to wait for it, and then you have to find the time to retry it and the motivation and all that. So there was lots of try and error, but in the end, I had a set of four molds. And of course, at some point, I destroyed them because I was stupid and was unconcentrated. Yeah, but in the end, I was that quick that casting a whole set would take me 20 minutes. But until that point, it took its while.
Yeah.
And because at some point, I started to fidget around with pigments. I did those pigments on the previous years. I used the pigments on the previous years, but mainly because the resin is pretty white and you cannot see any flaws when it's that white. So I dyed it the first year, and this time I took something from indie toy makers. What they do is they because they're not painting their toys, they have to use the color in the resin already.
Mhm.
And they sometimes do these blends and swirls and mix colors within the pour. Um, and so in the beginning, I had like 2 containers with a prepared resin and with 2 different colors that I poured together. These are the ones you can see here. Um, but and I really liked how those things looked because
Wait, did
you
I get
have
one of
those.
those?
You should.
Let's see the Nyarlathotep one. Does it show? Do you have it there?
There.
Yeah, it looks about right.
Then you have
Holy
the very
crap, I got
first
one of the
one.
originals. Awesome.
Yeah. But the problem is that I'm stupid and I get mixed up when I do not concentrate, and especially when I do repetitive work. I get unconcentrated and all that, and my mind wanders off, and I got more. And I got confused by measurements, and numbers are my enemy anyway. So at some point, I had to accept that I was producing more fail casts than actual casts because I was getting confused with 4 containers. Um, and so in the end, I dubbed with just doing one color. So
Mhm.
I mixed the resin; it gets white, and then I dyed the rest of the resin. And so I dyed the whole batch, poured some in, dyed
Ah,
the rest, and then poured the rest.
that's
So I still
smart.
have these 2 colors, but one is basically white.
That's
Um,
smart.
at some point, I experimented with using glow in the dark pigments, which was fun. But as someone said, well, we're going to paint them anyway. I was like, okay, maybe I should
Not
not bother too much.
necessarily. Like, you sent me mine, and they look so good that I don't know if I want to paint them. Because they're kind of awesome.
So we were just talking about the I think I'm just gonna the one I got. I think I'm just gonna put a black wash over it, just so it can pick out the details in the white and just leave it as it is.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I also, because I was, it all costs money, and as you can see in this little video, I reused. So I recycled the molds that I have been using previously. So I cut them all into small pieces, and then I um, kind of stretched my resin.
This blew my
No,
mind.
no,
When you did this, it
my
completely blew my
silicone.
mind. It was the smartest idea.
Yeah, well, afterwards, after I did that, some people said, "Oh, well, this can get troublesome." I think when you have to use the same silicone, and you cannot use them like years later because the silicone will still work and change over the time.
Oh.
Um, so I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't use 2 or 3 year old molds to cut up, but if it's in terribly quick succession, I think that, like as I did, that shouldn't be much of a problem.
Yeah.
With
It
these
also
molds,
could
that
be.
just
Yeah, and
It also could be the case that like these people may have read about this happening, or were these people saying that they did that and it happened to them? Like the people who are telling you this, did they say, "Oh, I tried that and this is what happened to me," or were they saying, "Oh, just so you know, silicone's properties are such that blah"? Because sometimes
I
people like they'll read something and they'll tell you it's
Yeah.
not going to work, but they've never actually tried.
I honestly didn't ask because I reused that, and so I recycled them and posted this video, and they came to me and said, "Well, this cannot work." And then I said, "Well,
It did.
it just worked," as you can see. So
so was
yeah,
it so
yeah.
was it like if it's these are the ones you use the silicon molds you recycle the ones that were just producing failed casts, or were they just you'd use them so much they just weren't giving good results anymore?
Yeah. Well, sadly, what I did was I got mixed up with the part A and the part B of the resin,
Uh-oh.
and I poured straight the hardener piece into the hardener part into the molds, and what I pulled out from those molds was partly sludge, and the other part after a while crystallized out into something that would never part from the silicone anymore. I have never seen anything that bonds with silicone until that very day.
Wow.
So the inner of those molds was utterly destroyed, but as I used these containers as borders, um, I had quite plenty of surplus the silicone around the part that was the actual mold. So there was lots of quotation marks flash to cut off.
Yep.
Yeah, I I recently did a mold for my Tyranid Moormouth pit thing. Used your video to help me go, okay, I need to get more silicone. My first one failed because I didn't have enough silicone. Let me I just got a video. Oh yeah, snips it up and puts it in to plug up the space. So I was like, yep, doing that.
Smart.
Yeah, that's great. But cutting silicone is horrible. Afterwards, my hand hurt so bad.
Why? It's just hard. It's
Because
just
it's you can cut it with a big blade.
yeah.
Well, if you take
Yeah.
a kitchen knife, it won't cut properly. But if you take one of those carpet cutters,
Yep.
I don't know what those called.
Exacto knives or something.
Yeah, something like that. They are pretty sharp, and when you cut that slowly, um, that you can quite easily cut it. But if you want to cut slowly, and you want to cut, 500 grams of silicone, that then it's going to be work for weeks. I didn't have that time, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be done quickly. And I thought about using a meat grinder at some point, but I didn't have one. So, yeah, a blender would probably also not have worked. So it was just cutting things to squares. Um,
Scissors.
Isn't that what he has
yeah,
there in the
but
picture?
sorry.
You have scissors in the picture, don't you?
Yeah, but you can use scissors for very thin silicone pretty
Oh,
well.
okay.
But I had silicone that was 2 or 3 centimeters thick.
Oh,
And
I
yeah,
used cooking kitchen scissors to do it, and they went through pretty quickly, and it was about an inch thick at one point.
good. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was it, and the whole thing went down on this year's solstice. No, last year's solstice, and I honestly was
Ooh.
doubting myself. So just one quick mentioning. I reached out to PK Pro and asked them if they would sponsor me with silicone, because I would be using their silicone anyway. And what they did was they sent me the first batch of silicone. That was basically why I thought about recycling the silicone, because I got them from them,
Mhm.
and at that time I did have the money to just buy another batch of silicone, so I needed to find a way to, get on with the project and honor the silicone that I have been sent and that I have messed up because of my dumbness. And yeah, so big shout out to PK Pro. They sent me stuff for free that was amazing. And every year I'm very hesitant and very insecure and unsure if anyone wants to actually buy those things. Because
wait, you made 1,300 euro in the first year. You made 1,000 euro in the second year. 2,300 euro total, and you're still not sure.
Well, the first year was a raffle, right? And
Right.
there were big names like Gardens of Accounting
Right.
and Totally Not Panicking, and your name. Like all you guys have 10 plus thousands of followers on Instagram. And so I was really amazed by how many people were wanting this after the first year.
Yeah.
But I figured year two was working because you could quotation marks buy those things, and people might have seen them somewhere and thought, well, those would be cool. And I thought because we gave them the rule set for there's a scenario, you can play it and blah blah. So yeah. And I thought, well, what I'm adding this year is just this one stupid frog with tits thing to 3 already existing figures.
We can talk about this later, but Nora has questions about the tits, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah. I'll gladly answer. So long story short, I was at work and I had a very frustrating day. A really frustrating day. And I sat down and went through all these emails with those responses, and just putting the calculator next to me and putting together all those numbers. And when I reached the end of those numbers, I went back and redo that all together again because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But last year we managed to get together 2,000 euros just by selling these
2,000.
2,000. Yes.
So like
I'm still
double
humbled by this.
double
Still
what
getting
you
tears
got
from my eyes.
in 2022.
What?
Double the amount you got in 2022.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you add this all together, and what you get is
Go ahead. Do the math.
I'm doing the math. As brother Pink would say, do some math, do some math. There we go. Total is 4,300 euros raised by Solstice 28 in the 3 years that it's been going on. That's something like, what is that? 6,000 Canadian dollars, 7,000 Canadian dollars? That's significant, Simon. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm always thrilled. And especially last year because I think I never had so many people from Germany donating. And last year we were having this discussion in the German public that Germany was, well, it's quite interesting in total because the Germans are not as used to donate as, for example, the North Americans. Why that is, we can discuss on a different point, but the Germans were said to be not just used to donate, and therefore they were donating not so much. And last year they were even donating less. And I have never had so many people participating in this whole thing from Germany than last year. So I was really surprised.
Did
and
you
I
guys like
was very
plug it on Maga Potato? Is that like where you think you got the Germans from,
no.
or
I think I brought it up on Beim Imperator nichts Neues, but not on Maga Botato.
okay?
Yeah, but I think there's a growing German grimdark indie scene.
Maybe you're the
Constantly.
guy. Maybe you. That's like where most of your followers are coming from.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, it's it just humbles me that so many people have decided to go and spend their hard-earned money on a good cause, and especially in dire times as we are experiencing them. And I will be honest with you. I thought that uh, I was feeling sorry for those people who have been waiting half a year to finally get the shit shipped to them.
Only half a year. Only half a
Yeah,
year.
yeah, and I feel I don't know, it should be quicker, but that's all I can do. And I have for half a year felt the constant bad consciousness when I did something else, when I sculpted, painted, or whatever. I always felt like, oh, you can do this, but what you really should be doing would be casting,
Oh,
or
brother, I know that.
cleaning a mold or something like that. So that was really going back and forth, but in the end, I finally made it, and I feel a big relief because it's gone now. Um, and I was pretty sure that I'm not going to repeat this.
Until you had
Uh,
this stream. There are a lot of people in the comment section that are hoping you do this again.
Yep.
and uh, well, more importantly, I saw a video today about a horrible thing where a kid, uh, was died in a conflict, one of those many conflicts that are roaming our world right now. And I thought, well, you know, even if who am I to complain that I cannot paint my toy soldiers when people are suffering somewhere else? So for whatever it's good, I will probably do this again. Let's say probably.
Yay!
And I might have a surprise. I might be doing two different things next time.
Okay, so
Um,
the secret to getting this done and not losing your mind, plan for less, not more. One is
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But
I mean,
yeah,
I know I'm talking to the wall because I know you, but
yeah, yeah. So that's my story. Oh, and here's my call because my wife is sick and I need to help her with her medicine.
oh no.
Oh,
I'll be back in a sec.
Well, perfect timing.
Yeah.
All right, Flynn. Oh no, wait. We should wait till Hydra gets back to take a spin through the
yeah.
comments because they are mostly flowers for Hydra.
Yes. Lots of flowers for Hydra.
Yeah. So yeah, what I'm working on tonight is the thing I was supposed to do for Solstice 28. I got it most of the way done. It's like the first headless idol that we saw, and then
Okay, that was sorry.
what? That was quick.
No, that was just my heads up that she will be needing my help soon.
Okay. So can we go through the comments now? Because there's a fair few
Yeah.
comments for you.
Yeah.
Flynn?
So I'm just because there's so many different great comments and people have dropped them all over
Maybe
the
just start from the
place.
beginning and just work your way down.
Yeah. So I am starting just from the bit. So we've got Diana saying they are marvelous. Tom Wilson saying I did want to donate to get them, but money was seriously tight in their home at the time. Donald says these sculpts are incredibly creative and loves them. And would be way scared to cast something like them. Tom Wilson says Curtis is awesome. Symbio Joe says hello.
Hello, Joe.
Oh,
Donald does ask a good question, actually, which I want to come back to after we go the flowers bit. But it goes, Tom also says this sort of two-tone cast makes them look so amazing that it gives a choice of whether to paint or not.
yeah.
Donald says, or use it as a base for more colors on top. It almost makes them look translucent as they fade into the grey rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson says, yeah, I seriously hope Hydra runs the Solstice event again this year.
Oh,
And
There's one vote.
NE says, pro tip, when cutting silicone, use surgical spreaders as they work like a charm, lets you see and control what you're cutting.
I don't know
Kashan
surgical
says,
spreaders. I'd have to look that up.
Kashan
yeah.
says,
I've seen that at Tarot Model Maker.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's where I stole how he cut open the molds.
Oh, his
And I think
wiggly
he
cut.
used,
yeah.
yeah. And I
Oh,
think he uses these pliers as well. But
yes, it's after he does the wiggly cut, it's the bit, the straight down in the middle bit towards the model itself. Yeah.
Yep.
But Kajan says heavy duty paper shredder will make short work of silicone, and they also
Okay.
recommend the surgical spreaders. Now, the question from Donald, it says, "Don't suppose you have any failed casts you want to sell, Hydra?"
Well, the fair casts are all pretty failed. So there's not much you can do with them because it's basically bubbled up resin and all the details destroyed. But if you are interested in a set, I'm the molds are still good for a couple more runs. So what I'm doing is that I quotation marks offer them to sale, so I can fill up the hobby budget to be ready for to buy more resin and silicone in December. So yeah, if you want to, because I have used, what did I say, 5 liters of resin, at 1.5 liters of silicone. That's doesn't sound much, but resin is far from, no, I don't want to complain. I don't want to say it's expensive, but
It's not cheap. Put it that way.
yeah, it's not cheap. And yeah, so I'm trying to refill the coffins that way. So if you're interested, drop me a line on Instagram and we'll figure out.
Oh, and Hydra's thing on Instagram, it's at the end of the stream, but it's number 4 YDRA. Hydra. Lynn, are you able to grab it and put it in the chat?
Yeah, I thought you had it in the description, but yeah, I can grab that
Oh,
very
dang, I should
quickly.
have.
I've got it.
Thanks.
I always have everyone's tab open for everyone on.
Smart.
So it's just there, ready to grab.
Well, go ahead, Tom. Tom just said he'll send me a PM on Instagram.
Great. There you go. More fuel for the solstice. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hopefully that gives you like a little bit of a boost as you contemplate taking on this mammoth task again. I'm really impressed that you raised 4,300 euro. And I really like the model you use where you give an option of like 4 different charities that people can contribute to, and then like it's up to them to pick which one. So it's not like they're not sending money to you, which can feel sketchy to some people. It's like, oh yeah, send me this money, and then
Yep.
I swear I'm going to donate it to charity. They get to donate it themselves. They get to claim it themselves. If they're in a country or place where you can like offset your taxes by donating to charity. Well, I guess it depends on whether it's a charity in your region. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, so it gives people a lot of options. which I really like. And even like I remember in the first year, you had like picked some charities, I think inspired by Slug Wizard. And then
he
one of the
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, what the Slug Wizards thing was the Bail Project.
Yeah.
Because the protesters were arrested that year, and they were, in dire need for money to buy the out of jail ticket and earn stuff again. And
I thought that it was definitely not panicking that suggested you do the Bail Project. I didn't realize it came from Slug Wizard. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh. I added the most known organizations, which are basically the ICRC, Doctors Without Borders, UNICEF, and UNHR.
Yep.
UNHCR.
Yep.
And what I just wanted to quickly show that donating there is so easy, that because you just type in how much you want to donate, and that is super quick. Like, you can pay with PayPal or whatever, and then
nice.
Yeah, quick as buying at Amazon.
And better way to spend your money.
Mm-hmm. Surely is.
Cool. No, great work, Hydra.
Thank you.
And you've mentioned this before on a different stream, but like, I like that you've kind of like sure, there's like been kind of charity stuff in the community previously, but you said that you saw a lot more charity stuff going on in the Infinity community when you were involved with that. So it's just good that you're bringing more of that to the other, like, miniature agnostic, all that kind of stuff community.
Yeah, and I'm really sorry that Brian, so Slug Wizards had to step down from Slug Wizards thing this year. They are taking a break. But what I encourage people to do is still build something. I called it Slug Wizard Hiatus. Hiatus, yes.
Yeah.
Just to keep the project in mind, and just muse about how a Slug Wizard is hanging out at home smoking his massive pipe.
Oh, Nora, Hydra, there's someone here who has a question for you.
Yeah.
Hi, Hydra.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, and congratulations on the amazing fundraising work that you've done. I think it's
Thank you.
Amazing that you fit that in between all the other responsibilities and roles you have in your life. I actually don't know where you find the time, and I'm thoroughly impressed by that.
The man is a victim of pressure. If he's got pressure, he can do literally anything.
Yeah, it motivates to get up 15 minutes earlier, and then before going to work, run down into the basement, do the thing, and then run up again.
I wanted to say the pieces that you made are like jaw-droppingly like stunning.
Oh yeah, I shared this with Hydra, but for everyone else, I showed these to Nora, and she's like, "Oh my god, these are really good. Like, he's like a really good sculptor." I'm like, "I know, I've told you before, Hydra's a better sculptor than me." And she's like, "Yeah, he's a way better sculptor than you." I'm like, "Whoa, easy there."
Way better.
Easy.
But yeah, no, joking aside, tell me more about this frog.
The frog, so what I
with like the H cup titties.
Yeah, so there's this the creature from the Cthulhu mythos is called Chautauqua, and that's described as this massive demon frog toad thing that just swallows up people whole. And that I think it is in the story Shadow of Time, but I'm not sure. But in one story, it is described as being worshipped by very ancient times, like Stone Age people.
Right.
So I was wondering why someone would worship like a massive toad, and I got this kind of cross reference in my head that lots of these old gods were fertility gods of some sort. For example, Dagon from Lovecraft, he took that from the Babylonic pantheon. And Dagon was mistaken for a fish god because in one depiction he has like the upper torso of a man and the tail of a fish. But that was the understanding of Dagon at the time that Lovecraft wrote this story. But researchers found out later that Dagon is something completely different. That he's a fertility god, and that he's the god of the wheat and all that. And so I wanted to go back. Give me a second.
So that explains,
Gotta go take-
right, but it explains a very pregnant looking frog because it represents fertility.
Yeah, and I had one of these Venus of I forgot her name, like one of those very first fertility symbols made by Stone Age people.
Good to know.
And
No, it's not
what?
next to Milo. No, it's like this ancient
Venus?
fertility.
Is it like the big woman one?
Yeah, and fertility apparently has to have boobs, and so I kind of wanted to look at
Venus of
weird...
Willendorf. It's Venus of Willendorf.
Yeah.
It's famous.
So I wanted to have the frog be as massively weird as possible, and crossing an amphibian with a typical mammal thing was quite a easy step. And there's some painting from the medieval times, like a classic painting. I cannot recall one, but there Maria is breastfeeding. There's a whole genre about this breastfeeding Maria part, but there's this painting where she squeezes her boob like really hard, and it looks almost hurtful. And I wanted to have this. I didn't want to have this anywhere sexual. I wanted to look like almost painful.
Yeah.
And that's why he because it also emphasizes the tissue, that it's kind of not firm and sexy and whatnot. It's it's like sag of flesh or anything like that. Yeah, that's why it's squeezing.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. But I now have to run and help my wife. I will be back in 5 minutes.
Flynn, do you want to jump into June Sealer at this moment, since Hydra's getting off?
Do you want to share my screen?
Yeah. I've got him. Oh, can we do it while he's?
I think you can just.
Live.
I think you can just change to
Stop
watch
watching.
my stream.
There we go. Okay, yeah. So if you bring up your stream, I'll switch over to yours.
Yeah, just getting everything started off for it. I only have one stream this time, so it's going to be fun.
Oh, what happened to your other screen?
Oh, I haven't set it up today, that's why.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Click a stream.
There you go.
Okay, hopefully it works. I know sometimes we have issues with your stream. Friends in the chat, thank you for all of your encouragement for Hydra. There's a thing that I think a lot of us go through where we think that what we're making is pretty cool, but we don't necessarily think that other people are going to think it's pretty cool or that it's like valuable or whatever, especially when you're trying to put a price on it. And this is something that really hurts people who do commission, because a lot of times the folks who are asking, if you're commissioning someone, you may not have commissioned someone before, you may have unrealistic expectations of how much it's going to cost. And I think there are people who maybe take advantage of that. They like go to an artist who hasn't commissioned before and they're like, hey, I want to commission something for you. How much would it cost? And they quote a price and they're like, wow, that's a steal. Okay, yeah. Anyway, long story short, it's really good to hear from people that they do value this kind of stuff that Hydra's doing, and the encouragement, because like, think about having to try and cast stuff for 4 months. Like, that's a lot of work to go through. I don't know how Curtis over at Ramshackle Games does it every day, but yeah, so it's good to have that encouragement, because this stuff's really cool. Like, I know everyone kind of commented on it already, but yeah, Hydra stuff is damn cool. Like, I thought it was cool when I saw pictures of it, but then it was like even to like have them in my hands. Awesome. Oh, Flynn's in. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll adjust the video.
It's I'm going to be
So I'll just let you.
yeah, I'm going to be clicking between these, so wherever you feel comfortable to show it.
Where? There's the June Steeler logo thing.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. So, just a quick reminder: June Stealer is the month of the year where we celebrate everything June Stealer cults. So, and I come up with a theme for it. So we've had previous years. There's been Xenos hybrids, anything but a minor, just generic Gene Stealer cults and stuff like that. But this year it is traveling cultists. So genes just being able to travel from place to place, being less detective, like give it excuses of why they can travel. So we've got first up we've got Blitz with their Gene Stealer ice cream truck.
Blitz
Now when I
Mechanica,
first
for anyone who's not
yeah.
familiar with Blitz.
Yeah. So when I first heard he was doing this one, the first thing I thought of as well was back in the first June Stealer, Crippled Giraffe, the artist, he actually did a Gene Stealer cultist with an ice cream truck as well as a drawing.
Oh yeah, I have that as a
was
sticker. I think he still sells it as a sticker.
Yeah, which does which I think is brilliant. I just like the way that Blitz has taken the idea and done it slightly different. Instead of having the big ice cream or big lolly on the top, but it's got the whole bit of it actually looks like something you would see in 40k, driving around like at the lowest levels of the hive or something else. But
Yeah,
it's
it was a
actually
great
got
idea when Crippled Giraffe came up with it. Like, the idea that
yeah.
Gene Stealers would spread their infection by giving away ice cream to people. And it's really cool to see Blitz realizing that on an actual model. I think he used what's that stupid Necromunda truck called? Rig 18,
So
Rig 6,
it's
whatever.
got he said it's the AA5 truck modified to fit onto the base of a Necromunda
Oh,
trailer
Ridge
from the
Hauler.
Ridge Hauler.
Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
I think it's a Star Wars vehicle truck.
Yeah, it's played as the original model for Legion, burned out. So I think it is a Star Wars vehicle, just from the name of Legion.
Legion the game? I think that's the
Star
name of the
Wars
game.
Legion. Yeah, Star Wars Legion. I don't really know, but I've heard that something's happened with Star Wars games being two of them have been like, yeah, that's it, no more support. I don't know if that's. I think one of them's on mod, but it's Legion or not. I think they're focusing on like the other games they've got.
Okay.
But that's Vegas.
Getting a little garbled, but let's try to get on to the
So
next one.
what it is yeah, it's been more pick up in posts since last stream. But next up is Drank Paint Water again.
Oh,
Just
wow,
like
I didn't see this one. Holy cow. That's so cool.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So they've got their little Pied Piper sort of familiar thing, weather.
Still there?
It's just really cool because it's just you wouldn't think of creating that for. I'm still here.
Okay.
I think I might be going quiet. Yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was really good. I got a few more from Frank, the paint water.
That's amazing. That's so
But
good.
I just do really like this
Wait,
one.
is he Pied Pipering like other like creatures, or he's just a magician bard traveling through space?
So what it says here, for generations, Hamelin has been seen during celebrations playing his pipe. The songs he plays are as hypnotic as the gaze of the pure strain, and visiting guests are too entranced to notice the genetic corruption present in many of the crew's officers.
Cool.
Hmm.
Love that.
It's just a hot distraction familiar. Which is brilliant.
Cool.
So next up is Luminous Donuts with their
That's a good
Brood
name.
Uncle Screamer Killer conversion.
Oh
And
wow.
so I can see, I
I'm
think
back.
that is a 3D printed head,
Yeah, it
but
looks like it.
everything else, I can see the green skull, the whole bit, the neck it's connected into, sculpted on. I'm just going to look at the other few angles they've got,
Yep.
so you can actually see a
Hydra, we're
bit
just going
more. So you
through
can see
Gene Stealer stuff. Welcome back.
there's the good connection point you can see for the head on
Oh,
Screamer
nice.
Killer. So I thought that was really cool, and they've got their
That's
own sort of like
really
claws
cool. I
made
like
up
that.
for it.
I'm a sucker for let's take a Gene Stealer and let's take a Tunic creature, Gene Stealerify it. Especially when people do like the work. Don't just like slap a Gene Stealer head on it and call it a day.
Yeah, or just feed the tendrils it.
I mean, like, I would want to see the back carapace swapped out for like a big armored kind of rib cagey structure, because that's more what you see on Gene Stealers, but I will allow it.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought you would enjoy that one, so that's why I put it in
Certainly.
there. Uh, then we've got Plastic Crack Carl. Now
Oh,
I
this is an
know
older
this
one.
is an older one from Plastic Crack Carl,
Yeah, he already
but he
won
did
like a
post it.
golden. He won a armor. What's it
Armies on
called?
Parade.
Armies on Parade with this.
Yeah, but it's just like like a brilliant idea because seeing it actually in the actual uh, Amazon Parade board, you just saw it there. You didn't really get a chance to look at it.
Yeah.
So it's like the little arm here, that the third arm. You couldn't see that
Oh, I
on the
missed
board.
that. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, so that's why I thought I'd put this one there as well because
Okay,
it's
I dig.
brilliant and like the way it's done as well. I think is really good. It fits their cult theme, and it's just taking something because you don't really see many people taking Lord of the Rings models
Yeah, for people who
and
don't
using them
know,
in.
this is a Lord of the Rings troll, I think.
Yeah,
Essentially.
it's a Gundabad troll from The Hobbit. So if you remember in the Battle of Five Armies film, you have like the trolls that appear and they're just swinging stuff. They've got their arms being cut off or whatever, and they've got those chain maces things.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I've got Chad 40k with one of their several different posts they've made. So this one is their Primus. Just I can't remember what the base model is.
It's
I,
Greyfax.
it's Grave
Wizard of
because
Greyfax.
I wasn't too sure if it was a Sister of Battle or somebody else. But I do like the motif for it having a male Primus as well because Games Workshop only has one Primus model, which is in that Brood Coven box. So
Ah,
being able to see what a Primus, a different Primus, let alone a female Primus, makes it even better, I think,
yeah, I
because
like that.
the cults don't really care who you are as long as you serve the cult. Uh, then next up is the one I definitely know you wanted to see for today.
Yeah, this one may be a plant because Biscuit Brown and we chat on the old Instagram Messenger thing, and he showed me this. I'm like, you need to post that and tag June. It's basically a version of the logo that
Yeah,
Tactical D Bag and Deshaunte came up with.
Yeah.
that's so good.
So as soon as I saw it, I'd actually already had it in
Oh,
the list for
good.
this, and then you were like, "Oh, can you add it in?" I was like, "It's already
You're
there."
like, already got it, buddy. Way ahead of you.
Yeah. It's just got all the it's got all the details there for it. So it's got the little sign of terror or bust, like the 24, the
Yeah,
June Stealer bit.
I've got the logo up here on the screen so people can hear them.
Oh, but there's a bit because I can see the logo, but there's a bit you've not got on there from the that because the logo cuts it off a bit. I'm trying to see if there's a little bit of a closer image of it.
Oh,
But if you
yeah. This
actually
this is
look,
the YouTube card that I made.
yeah. So on the actual artwork, there's stickers on the suitcase.
Oh, for
One
like
of those
November.
stickers, one of those stickers is Ogram, which they've actually painted onto the suitcase as well. They've actually
Oh,
taken the time to
wow.
paint the stickers.
Oh, you can't see. Is there an angle where you can see that, or?
So I'm just going to zoom in. I will zoom back out, but it's zoomed in so you can just try and see it on the stream. But they've actually gone to the effort of painting the stickers onto it.
Amazing.
So yeah, I'm going to zoom back out now. But yeah, so I thought that would be a really good one because it's like you've seen all the details, but then there's even the smaller details put into it. Now, next up is Kilo Sculpts
Kilo. My friend of
with
the stream.
a mounted cultist,
Oh yeah, I really like this one.
and he's just like riding a Hormigant, which is just like, and they're giving a bit background to it. So on the Ascension Day got cancelled, and basically the June Sealers with their synapse have taken control of some of the tyrannies that landed, and now they have Hormigant mounts to ride around on.
I love it.
This is so ridiculously funny,
Mm.
and I like the hat that the Hormigón
Yeah.
has now.
It's pretty, and it's also you put it on the right size base, and you've got you've got an Atalan Jackal, or you've got a
Perfect.
Jackal Alpha. It's brilliant.
And so like the rope there.
Yeah,
Yeehaw! Although the cultist could have used a cowboy hat.
Oh, thanks.
oh, that'll be good. Yeah. So I've now got a fair few more to go through. So I've got Plastic Kraken Addict. Now these aren't necessarily June Stealer,
Well, they're
but I
interesting.
thought they
Well, they're
would.
really cool.
I would include them because
Glad you did.
you could really take these ideas and use them for uh June Stealer.
So are
But
these supposed to be like Tyrannid count as, or are they just supposed to be like wild aliens?
so these is what he calls as the Octosaurus Eldar. So basically it's like they're taking lizard men, giving them basically Tyrannid bits. So I can see there's like the
One Ryan's
uh
Leaper heads or something?
Manuel Leaper heads, the Tyranid warrior like head crests as well, put onto like the mounts. I
He
just basically
basically turns the lizard men range into like a deep one theme, like a Cthulhu-esque project. Like he pulls it through the whole project. If you look at the banner, for example, here at old man Cthulhu staring down at you.
Oh man, that's cool. And I like the way
that's
he combined the Leaper heads with the Saurus heads.
Yeah, when you look at his other conversions, they're pretty odd. There are a few straightforward ones, I would say, and some are very innovative.
Sweet, I gotta check this out.
So while it's not June Stealer tagged, I thought include it for what it is because it fits the theme so well.
I would agree. Good choice.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you put it in.
Yeah. Now, next one I've got is I can't pronounce Herr. Can I have a German
Das ist
pronunciation?
Herr Sobeck. Herr
Thank you.
Sobeck.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Oh, I hadn't seen this one.
Is their Dryden Vect. So they revisited an older conversion based on a navigator using one of the Cursed City models and a creepy familiar.
Amazing.
This is so good. This is kind of what I envisioned when we started to talk about this. This looks like a Magus who has been traveling around.
Oh yeah, you're
Look
like
at all the junk that he is carrying around and stuff.
nice. Your idea about
Using
what's that called when they do that for religious reasons? Going around teaching people about religion. I lost it.
Oh, I know.
No, it's like people who travel to other countries.
Missionaries.
Missionaries, that's the word, thank you. Missionary of the cult.
Yeah. So I thought it just fits the theme, and also the whole way that the model is, it's hiding the cultist stuff as much as possible, but you can see a little bit of the head ridge pop through from the hood.
I
It's
think
quite good.
he looks a little bit like you've seen Fallout, right?
I have, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where this one dude shows up and says, "Oh, you have the following injury. Here, I have a healing potion for that." And after he leaves, you feel a little slightly changed.
The man
Oh,
attracted
yeah.
to chickens, as I remember him.
What?
The man attracted to chickens.
I don't remember that part.
It's basically when he first appears.
Yeah, that's his first show up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, when he's fighting with the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. So then I've got some more from Herr Stovic with like some Boyd bodyguards. So using the Navy breaches kit and making them cultists, which is another one I
We love
thought
to
of.
see
Like
it.
you would have these sort of happening because you would have them travel. You could have it where a team has gone onto a space hulk, got infected, have come back, had kids, and you've now got a cultist Navy breacher team.
I like it. I'll allow it.
Then I've got Mooklast.
Oh, Mooklast. Ooh, that's a tasty number.
The Servitor Gene Stealer Aberrant.
Cool.
It's a really good idea because
This
with a
is so
blade,
ridiculous, but funny and great.
we've got the bladed cog.
Yeah, bladed
the bladed
cog. I
cog.
love it. Yeah,
They would have something like this.
you're right.
Yeah, you were too dumb to be an aberrant. Here, you are aberrant servitor.
So we don't do aberrants, we just have servitors.
I am fully in love with the bladed cog and the idea of like cyber gene stealers, so this is right up my alley.
Good reason as well. Okay, so one of them also I saw. I only saw a lot of these today, but this is from the Bleached Eye. It's their June Stealer faction for their Sunday cult.
Say Sunday cult?
That's what it says. June Stealer faction Sunday. Sorry, it's June Stealer faction Sunday, and it's a cult. The purity of the human form is but a myth, a feeble construct of the ignorant. The ignorant embrace the chaos within, for it is the source of our strength.
Sounds
Yeah,
creepy.
he does all these
Whoa.
drawings.
Oh, I love
that are
that.
very. Yeah, he has a very significant style. And he currently does these things where he compile his drawings. They're all single drawn figures, and he compiles them into these group shots.
Ah, okay.
And he's a cool dude. He send me a large parcel with stuff for my club and stuff like that. So he's from Germany.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. I just thought that was really brilliant photo that just has for it. And also perfectly in time for June Stealer. And he's tagged us in it.
Oh, good.
Next one up is Dungeons and Curmudgeons.
I like that name.
So they've made a random Bretonian commoner for their Mordheim warband, looking to, I think, using a Necromunda core doorganger. But it's the model was for a Bretonian warband that has succumbed to the Gene Sealer's kiss, because Weirdstone wasn't the only thing that fell to the old world with that twin-tailed comet.
I love. Okay, I know that I'm gonna get so like anyone who loves the old world is gonna tell me I'm full of junk. I'm sure that if Darth Bob was here, he would take great exception to this. But I love that weird piece of lore that's never been confirmed and like people think is heresy, that the old world planet is a planet within 40k.
Oh, that used to be canon.
Was
They
it
did
actually
actually-
canon?
It
Yes.
was originally it was canon, but then it used to be the Sigma was one of the lost Primarchs.
Yes,
and that's why
I love that.
did. But then they did actually separate the universes at some
I think
point.
that
I
makes
can't remember when.
sense. It's like
But-
Warhammer Fantasy needs its own lore that isn't just like you're a derivative version of 40k. That's not okay. But I thought it was
Yeah.
clever.
But they are connected though through the warp,
Okay.
which
They used to.
Simon?
we could go down this rabbit hole, but
No, it's not. Simon?
Well, aside from the origin story of how those things came to be, or those two different universes, they were clearly linked for quite a while. There are, for obvious reasons, not anymore, but they were.
Yeah.
And that was not just lore-wise. There was also rules-wise. There were certain magical artifacts that represented things that you could play in 40k. For example, there was a magical artifact that was the equivalent of a power fist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you could equip your fantasy dudes with a power fist. Of course, it was very like a super rare item and all that, but yeah, it is. I think it's more likely to happen that a Trinid spore pod lands on the world of on the old world than it is not.
Cool. I like it.
yeah. But we've got that one there. Next is another one from Dungeons and Curmudgeons.
Oh, what is that head?
Wow.
So ferocious. Is it printed? I don't know what that is.
They don't actually state it, but it says another wee Mordheim fella assembled for their enlightened Bretonian warband. The commoner had his bow, blade, and stabby arm all ready to defend the form-armed lady of the lake's honor.
Cool.
They might grab some more Frostgrave boxes soon, good for bits. So it could be something from Frostgrave.
No,
I don't think so.
no. Those teeth are way too fine.
Yeah.
Maybe
Was
it's one of those 3D what's his name? Hydra cast. Doesn't he do also Gene Sealers?
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
but
he did. I don't recognize this as one of his things, though.
I don't think it's one of his heads. I think that's from somewhere else.
Maybe it's like a demon head because he sculpted the
Yep.
chitin plates on the forehead.
It's fantastic. It looks
Yeah.
so savage and so Gene Sealery. I love
Yeah.
it.
Just no idea where it's from.
It could be a print.
Yeah, could be from anywhere.
We could ask.
But that's yeah. But also another one from Dungeons and Curmudgeons.
Oh, he's been
Got quite a
busy.
few. Yeah, I stumbled across them all in one go, so it's like, yep, adding it all in. Uh, just this one says, I'll wait till you see all the whole bit of it. It's been around.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Oh man. Whoa. This is wild. These are amazing.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy them.
You're right.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the eye on the back, not stabbing
Yeah.
my back today, pal.
so they wanted to do something different and make every model a conversion for the warband. So they ended up
Great.
making a Bretonian warband that's subscribed to the Dreams of the Kiss because of what we said earlier. This one is their count as possessed miniature, which they started around Christmas. And then seeing the Malstrain Coalescence miniature for Necromunda appear on their feed the
Ooh.
other day made them laugh because it seems like they could be cousins or something.
Yep.
Just the Hunchback, maybe the Hive Mind is directing them. But yeah, I just think the timing for all of this, before we get to the next one, is Games Workshop is releasing and announcing so much about Gene Stealers and Gene Stealer Cults that I would have been happily to let them use Gene Stealer,
No.
but
Games
they
Workshop lives
didn't.
in a magical bubble where they just put stuff out on social media. They don't consume it. The only way that like our stuff from social media is going to make it back to Games Workshop is if they have a staff member who actually like engages with the community. But I feel like I hear about so many Games Workshop staff members who are like, "Oh, I'm not really active on social media," that I wonder if it's like discouraged or something. But
I
anyway,
think it is.
that's my axe. I would be
Uh,
shocked.
I think
I
that
would love it, but I would be shocked.
at least back in the day, when you think about Jess and Phil, that they said they don't want to because they don't want to be faced by all the bullshit that they are hit,
Yeah.
and they don't want to go around and look for the few things that are actually kind of not insulting or anything like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Hopefully the next one's a bit lighter note. So we've got Cry
But
for
that would be cool
Paint.
if Games Workshop knew that June Sealer was a thing and they were like, here, have some June Sealers in June.
Yeah,
Or it's like they've just done it knowing it's there, but can't really mention that they know it's
No, I
there.
think it's just their like product schedules that they
Yeah.
usually have big releases in June for like a box set. So this year it's
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar, like June, July, and then they have like big things at the end of the year, like they have that big November box they always do. Apparently,
Yeah.
like
So
February is another big window or something. I don't know.
we got lucky with the time, which is just very good.
Yes, it's great.
So next up is Cry for Paint with their Kitbash Sanctus.
Oh, Cry for Pain. I really like this one. I shared this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using the Occludian Starstride Assassin
Thank you. I had
with a
no
head
idea how to
from
pronounce that.
the head from an old cultist upgrade sprue and 2 Isha arms.
I like that on the one side. On the other, I think it always is quite a task to have something 3-armed look cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're pretty close to it.
It's also very hard to photograph,
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
and
But-
they've done a really good job for that the first photo.
Yeah.
But those are miniatures, right?
Yeah.
They're all hard to photograph. My voice is flattering.
I just it's like because
Are you getting sick? Are you getting what your wife has?
No, I won't, for sure.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's baby related. Sorry.
Yeah, it kind of is. She has pregnancy neurodermatitis.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're not getting pregnant anytime soon.
Nope, I don't think so.
All right, Flynn.
Next is Luminous Donut again.
Another good name.
We had him earlier. But with their first ninja Gene Stealer with Kunai with flesh whips.
Oh, that's super cool. I love that. And that's
Still
one of the old
workshopping
Gene
the name.
Stealers. Way to reinvigorate the old models.
Yeah. It's tools like that because those ones were really hard because once you got them off the base, it's the feet with always a problem for
Yeah,
them.
super awkward.
Yeah. But I do actually like the idea for it. Like it's the Toxicrene tentacle whip tip that they've used there.
Yep.
It's quite good.
Not a cheap bit. That's an expensive bit.
Oh, I know. I recently got some.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, they're hard to get your hands on as well. Like
Yeah.
hardly any bit sellers are selling them.
Well, they probably
'Cause
sell them, but
everyone's-
they sell it immediately. Also, that's a big kit to bits break. Like, I don't know if the other stuff's going to sell. The other parts of it.
It's the way
If
you
you've paid
break it up.
attention today, you've seen how to make a mold.
Well, for a tentacle whip thing like that, might be a little challenging, but you got a point.
Yeah. If you do it on the sprue, yeah, you could do it that way.
Okay, we don't advocate that.
Like,
Sculpt your own whip and cast it.
yeah. I think this is one of the last ones I've got, which is two-headed minis.
That's a cool name.
So
Whoa,
this is like the most recent.
This is wild. Holy
Yes.
two.
Want you guys quickly to have one guess each of what this reminds me of when you first look at it?
Skeksis.
Yes. Me too.
Gayflings.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's a great concept.
Was that the inspiration, did they say, or no?
I'll have to check their profile, so give me a moment. They are the most recent posts. But I thought like the way it's just the inspiration, it's the idea I got from it straight away.
No,
don't
I get the Skeksy vibe. Whether they meant it or not.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly check the first post of it. It's
Yeah,
just
me too.
dark mage feel. No, nothing about Skeksis. Just go back to the post. Yeah. So yeah, I know that's the. Well, I'm saying
The
I know.
base model does not look like a Games Workshop model. The something about the detailing looks a little like there's not enough depth. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's an old model. I don't know. Like if you look at the hand and the way it's grasping that staff, it doesn't look detailed.
That there is definitely the. Yeah, I know that's the Neuralid, the Psychic Spore Mine.
Yep. Oh no, that's the that's the Hive Node.
No, it's not the. It's not the Hive Node. That's
sure?
That's too clean. Yeah, because the Hive Node's got something that sits on top over here.
Yeah, but there's green stuff there. Maybe that was trimmed off. I'm pretty sure that's the Hive Node, like the shape of the head.
Yeah. If that's going into it, then yeah, I just think it's the. It just looks like it's actually the Neuralid itself with the head put on top of it. Because of that bit there, just I'm not too sure. With this angle,
I messed around with Neuralids a bit, and that doesn't look right.
Yeah. I just have a feeling this is actually like one of the Wormspat models.
Oh, maybe.
What's Wormspat? That's Nurgle?
Nurgle. No.
Yeah, so
no,
there's
I don't
three,
think it's
like,
right. That
there
the
were
fat lady?
Well, there's one of
witch
those
lady?
three. Because it's
the other two
one
are
of
big
those
armored
ones.
boys. I've got Wormspat.
Really? I have a feeling it just does that sort of vibes I'm getting from it.
Yep.
I can have a quick look back to their post to see if they've got anything saying what model they made it from. But I can't really see anything. What base model it is.
The shape it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
At least to me, but it looks amazing. And the shape just is
I love it.
incredibly good.
Yeah, seeing this earlier image, yeah, you're definitely right, Nick. It's the Hive Node. Because that arm there really shows up that's the Hive Node.
What can I say? I'm a Tyranid specialist.
Oh, I could have thought you were going to say
Yes,
welcome.
you are, my dear.
I thought it was connoisseur.
No. Specialist. I was named such in a contract once.
Yeah.
Contract official.
But That's it. That is all I have got so far.
Well, that was a lot, Flynn. Thank you. That was really great.
With
Yep.
2 months. Not 2 months. 2 days to go.
2 more days. June Stealer funness. Get your June Stealers going.
Remember to tag
I tell you what.
Stealer and Warp Shadow.
I tell you what. I didn't, when you guys were talking about your hobby happenings, well, I don't know if we really got into Flynn's hobby happenings, but I didn't mention my own hobby happenings. But
Yes, you did.
I've been working on some video stuff. I did like a random like short video about like going to my favorite sculpting supply store. That was literally
Yeah.
I found the videos on my phone. I'd recorded them like a year ago. I never did anything with it. I'm like, I'm going to do this tonight. So I edited it up in one night. It's not that exciting, but I was proud that I did it. But also working on the next video that Mausoleum, formerly known as Dwarfenage, edited. And that one should be out within the next 2 weeks. We're putting the final touches on it. This one we have been working on for a long time. I wanted to get it out for June Stealer, but it wasn't in the cards because it's an in-depth. It's a brief look at the Gene Stealer kit, and then it's an examination of 4 different conversions you can do with the kit with not that much work. Yeah, so that's gonna be coming out soon, so you can watch for that. But before the end of June Stealer, I also have been plugging away on oh, I don't have my camera on.
Oh no.
Right, I will stop showing this. All right, I've been plugging away on my thin man. He's not so thin anymore. He's kind of becoming a beefy man. I'm a little worried, but whatever. So I'm hoping that I can maybe have Thin Man finished for June Stealer, like post him by Sunday. We'll see, but he's coming along. I think I just need to suck it up and do the face now, because there's some more faffing I can. What's that, Hydra?
I said, do the face, get him done.
Yeah,
wait. I have mine in the mail.
Did you did? Oh, you bastard! I didn't know you finished your fat man.
I did.
All right, so I just need to get mine in the mail. Did you send it to Marco or did you send it directly to
Marco?
Anna. Okay.
No. Straight to the man.
All right. I didn't even realize you were working on another face. I hadn't looked up. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this guy by the end of June Stealer. He's pretty much there. He needs a head. I know what I'm doing with the head. I just have to do it. It's going to take a bit of work, but yeah.
But it sounds good. If you know what you're doing, that's always a good step.
Thanks.
You are ahead of me.
I'm gonna hope to get a little more like membranes on his arms and stuff to make him seem a little bit like aquatic.
Good idea.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Insane in the membrane.
Yeah, get some membranes.
Oh, I forgot another thing that I did. Here, look at that.
You move it over to the right? Can you move it over to the right? Oh, you made stickers for the spore lines. I didn't know that.
Stickers!
I made sticker packs.
It's
not just I made stickers. Look at that. I made sticker packs. They're all in those little Ziploc bags, and I have made these little signs.
Oh my god. Did you hand write those? No, you printed. Tell me you printed those.
Yeah, I printed those.
Okay, good.
I made 10 of them. So, yeah.
What? How am I going to get one if you only made 10?
You here officially call dibs, but
no, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna pay for it, but I want to buy those.
Yes, you can. I'll post the other day on Instagram on how to. But yeah, they're larger than the other stickers that I've made so far. So they're around 6 centimeters.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are 3 in there. One of them is one of your Fimo monsters. So I have the Spore Mine set, and I have these Fimo monsters set. I posted about them on Instagram, I think, at some point. And there's the hat dude that I sent you.
Oh, cool. I can't see it.
There, it is some sort in the back.
Okay. Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So, and I came up with a very smart idea of Fee Monster.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't read it.
What? Fee
I
Monster?
can't read tag. You wrote it in tag.
Oh, you will want to see it. And the
Okay.
other one is Spore Galore.
Cute.
Hee hee hee. Yeah, that was great. That was great feeling to add this to my ever growing portfolio of things that I've done in my life
Of random
and
stuff.
are utterly useless. But yeah, if you are interested in those stickers, watch my insert the next couple of days
I think you
because
should have made more than 10, buddy.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
going
know.
to sell out in 5 seconds.
Did you make 5 and 5 or 10 and 10?
No, 10 and 10.
Okay, yeah, because I'm buying both. And I get dibs, so that means you've got 9.
Yep. Well, I'm planning on because I like drawing them so much.
Yep.
I'm planning on making kind of a festive version where the spore mines wear, I don't know, Santa Claus heads and stuff like that.
Ah, cute.
Reindeer ears.
What's that,
Um,
Flynn?
Reindeer ears.
Oh my god.
Yes, reindeer, stuff like that.
Cool. I love it.
Yep.
All right, my camera just died. I think it might be time to call
Oh.
this.
Oh no.
But before I was showing my progress tonight, so I got most of the way done on an arm that's going to be growing out the center of my Solstice 28 thing that I never finished. And it's holding an eyeball, which is kind of gross. And I'm
Cool.
excited.
I remember that you had all this this concept behind all that.
Yeah. Because, like, I've talked about this before, but when I was trying to come up with my idea for what I was going to do for Solstice 28, I just had this, like, wait, Simon, you started this whole thing with, like, a dream or something. Didn't you have, like, a dream?
Yeah,
Or is
there
that the
was this
story?
one when I wanted to finish mine for the event, I couldn't come up with a good head. And then I had this this nightmare, and I took and there this weird creature appeared in my with this one-eyed thing appeared in my dream, and I took this as the head for my solstice thing in the very first year.
Okay. So yeah, my dream or whatever was when I was thinking about it, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this idol that Hydra sent me? I just had the phrase "the moon" come up into my head, and I couldn't really explain why I went there. But then I had this vision of the thing's head being like a moon that's like cracked open, and like you can see inside, and I don't know, it's just weird. And then like replicating the moon with like the crescent around it. Anyway, I shouldn't be talking about this when I can't show it, but yeah. So
I always loved that concept. It's so surrealistic.
well, I was mostly inspired by seeing all the cool stuff that everyone else was doing, because I like had one, I don't know if I even had an initial idea for like what I was going to do with this thing, but like was having some thoughts, and then some people started posting like their initial work, and I was like, okay, I need to go wild with this. It's like I don't do like I enjoy Ink 28 stuff. I enjoy grimdark stuff. I don't enjoy painting grimdark stuff or making grimdark stuff. I guess my Dark Eldar can sometimes get a little grimdark, but yeah, it was just I was like, okay, I need to go like full like weird Blanchitsu weirdness with this, because I've not explored that enough, and I feel like this is the venue for doing it.
Yeah, it's the most dreamy thing that you've done so far.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, thanks
And
for giving me the opportunity to do it, and I'm sorry it took so long to finish.
I'm not the one to apologize to.
Oh well. Once I'm done, we'll get the contact information for the person I should be apologizing to, and hopefully they accept my offering alongside matching their donation to whatever charity they did.
Great.
Anyway. Yeah. So thanks for giving us the rundown for Solstice 28, Simon. I'm glad it has been so successful. And I'm so glad that you confirmed right here on stream that you're definitely doing it for another year.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did. You totally
Yeah.
forgot. Oh, yeah, you totally did that.
No, you did say you were only sculpting one new one, so that was it.
No, he said he was going to do 2 things or something. And I told him not to do 2 things. But he was like, I'm going to do 2 because I love this so much.
Okay. Oh, damn it. Well,
No,
You've
but
heard it.
seriously, people want it. People need it. People love it. You got a good thing going, buddy.
okay. Never stop the hype train.
Never stop the hype train.
You never know. You might be able to start a Kickstarter for it at one point.
Yeah, that's in
He's going to.
2028 when we're doing the
Chess
the,
it.
Yeah,
the chess set.
Nora came up with that idea when she was talking about how much cooler Hydra is than her loving husband, and how he's such a better artist, and how he's a consummate professional, and I'm just a hack. She was saying like this, like I told her how much he charged for them. She's like, that's not enough money. I would pay $200 for one of these. I'm like, you'd pay $200? She's like, okay, at least 50 for one of these. She's like, you know what this should be? This should be some high class chess set. I'm like, oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I really like it.
So there
And
you
I
go.
was very intimidated by that thought, but then you said, well, I'm just a few sculpts short of having a full set.
Right.
Yeah.
You,
Okay.
You're
We should
only
probably
2 sculpts short.
What?
He's only 2 sculpts short.
Yeah,
Because you'd
that's
have,
yeah, because that was the thing. He's like, oh no, I can't sculpt that many. And then I like enumerated how many he needed, and it was just 2.
like a pawn and
Yeah.
either a queen or a king. And the faces one is the king, headers one is king. I have a queen.
Yeah.
You're sorted.
Yeah, great. I'm sorted. So
Wait, I think
Kickstarter.
to do the king or the queen with the faceless one, you need to put a face on it.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm saying, or the rook is the faceless one. But I think the king being headless is
Oh,
actually
that is
quite
kind
good.
of cool. But I think you might need to like sculpt like a weird stump. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I can't remember what it looks like without anything sculpted on it. But maybe that would be fine for the king.
Well, we'll find out.
It is the
Eventually.
first one you ever did, so I think that works for the king.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it definitely is a great idea.
so now you just need to figure out woodworking,
What? Woodworking?
so you can make all the chessboards.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus.
Don't worry, you got till 2028 to do that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but then it will be like a very limited edition of I don't know, 10 or so.
Yeah, and people will have to buy them from you.
Yeah. Pay for it.
That's why it's a Kickstarter. You charge more for the woodworking bit. Like you get the models, the sets, and then it's the chessboard itself is extra.
I don't know. Anyway, I think you'd die if you had to cast that money, but I guess you'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I would that's the Kickstarter for, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
when
when
you,
you talk to your friend over at Ramshackle Games to see if you could help with casting.
Oh, I would, now as I know how it works, I could surely, if I had the money, I could speed up the process. Well, because Curtis has like a bunch of different, like 3 or 4. You were there.
Yeah, man.
A bunch of pots that he uses at the same time.
Yep.
So when I get, I don't know, 4 casts, 4 molds into one, no, 8. I think I can fit 8 molds into one pot. So that would be almost one color each casting tour.
That would be half of one color. You need 16.
Damn it.
It's fine. You can do it.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I would need to buy another pot. That would be what Kickstarter would be for.
Yeah.
Give me the money to buy another pot.
And the resin and the silicone.
Well, then
Yeah.
we just get our friends at PK Pro. I don't know, figure it out. Anyway, this is going to be epic when it happens.
Yep. And until then, it's a funny dream.
So, just going to take a spin through the chat. Tom Wilson says, don't think my June Stealer will be finished this year. Tom Wilson, I don't think I've ever finished a June Stealer project, so you're in good company. I don't know what that Slave to the Hive Mind and Slave to the Imperium was. Kajan says, I like the connection. I think this is between Old World and 40k. Also because it made the Slan the old ones. That's true. Can't Strafe Right says, power weapons started in fantasy as Slan weapons. I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, the Slan came from the stars and landed on spaceships on the old world.
Yeah.
Have you not heard the story of Kremlo and how he came from space?
Um,
Kremlo's a slan. I'll leave it at that. That's another story for another time.
okay. Electro Dust Bunny said Dark Crystal question mark. Yes, that's what we were talking about when we were talking about the Skeksis and how that one awesome conversion we finished with looked like a Skeksy. Tom Wilson, I feel like Nick just pulled that arm out of a hat because I swear it was just a wire connecting the plastic parts a second ago. Yeah, the arm I sculpted, I was sculpting it while Flynn was going through all the, I can't remember when, who was going through what, but yeah, Hydra or Flynn were going through their stuff, and I was busy working away in the background. And I often tell people that when you're working with, well, I'll tell you the tip right now. If you're sculpting, don't do what I just did, which is sculpt a thing
and attach it to something while it's still wet.
Yeah, like don't just put one wire in there and then try to sculpt something onto that one wire, because it will not go well. The green stuff has a tendency to shift around the wire.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Like it'll stick to the wire, but then like as you put pressure on one side of the wire, it'll shift and it'll like the green stuff will like lob out the other side. So if you're quick and you're not trying to do like extreme detail work, you can get in a rough shape. So that's kind of what I did here in terms of a rough shape. In fact, my rough shape is not perfect because I realized I need to put a pin in right here. So I need more material on this side. But anyway, what I've got now is like a useful, a perfectly cromulent armature that I can then go in and add a detail layer to, like a detail pass. But it's very challenging to do what I just did, so don't do it. The better thing to do is to get the wire in there, rough out some green stuff around the wire, and then let that harden, and then do all of your detail work after, because the green stuff will shift all over the place around the wire while you're messing with it. Also, get a pin vise that actually holds your pin. I should stop messing with this. Okay. Anyway, that's my arm that I pulled out of a hat. It's holding an eyeball. That's what's in the hand.
Yeah.
Gotta sell it with the painting. And it's a rat ogre hand that I added another finger to, donated by the lovely Vox Morbus on Instagram. He sent me a bunch of skin bits.
Nice.
Just one bit is Diana doing Diana work, saying like, sub, etc. for the stream.
Thank you, Diana. We're terrible at that. Yes, please like this video. I always forget to like videos I watch on YouTube, and I always appreciate it when the person in the video goes, please like and subscribe, because I'm like, oh crap, I didn't smash that like button. So please smash that like button right now, especially if you're watching this after the fact, because it tells the algorithm that you like this stuff, serves you more stuff, blah, 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 blah. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We know all the lovely people in the chat have subscribed, because you need to subscribe to be able to chat. So thank you. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, look forward to a video in the next 2 weeks about, or week and a half, about cool conversions you can do with the new Gene Stealer kit. It was really fun, and it was sponsored by Fenris Workshop. If you want to support the channel, you can support me on Patreon. There's a link in the description of this video, or you can support me by using my affiliate link over on Fenris Workshop if you live in North America. And yeah, I think that's all the things. Are there other things?
Bit.
What's that?
Yes, I've got one more bit. If you want more of Nick's content after this, why don't you check out his How to Sculpt Brains video that he recently posted?
Oh, thank you, Flynnhammer. Yes, I just released How to Sculpt Brains. That came out like a week ago, I think. And perfect timing because we all think that the Benefactus is not a great model and that you could do way better if you could just sculpt your own brains. So that's what we gave you the tools to do. There you go.
Amazing.
Thanks, Flynn.
Freaking amazing.
Thank you, Simon.
You are welcome. I've got my second phase done.
Good. Oh, wait, where is it? Where? I gotta bring you back up. Go us again? Man, these remind me of the Labyrinth. I had a friend in university who would get high, and he would say that everything reminded him of Earthbound. I think everything reminds me of the Labyrinth. You're going the wrong way! No, don't go that way! Go back! Turn back! What are they called? False alarms? I can't remember. Anyway. Alright. Oh, damn, we were looking at the chat. Pulled the arm out of a bag. Yes. Like, subscribe. Yes. Pre-like the stream earlier. Amazing. We like the moon because it is close to us. What? Don't get it.
Because of your moon head thing?
But what close to us?
There's something about it. I can't remember what it is.
Hail to the king.
It's a reference to something.
Okay. Kit Bash Carnage. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi, Kit Bash Carnage. Have we seen Kit Bash Carnage on the stream before? Thanks for joining.
Not for a while.
I don't know if Kit Bash Carnage is even still here. Tom says, sometimes I feel like this chat ends up as a stream of my consciousness. That works. Electro Dust Bunny likes Dark Crystal. Good. It's cool. If you haven't seen the Labyrinth, Electro Dust Bunny, you should watch the Labyrinth, but it's weird. I'm warning you right now. It's weird. It's not scary, it's just weird. Slave comment was about the Servitor. Servitor Gene Stealer, slave to the Imperium and slave to the Hive Mind. I like it. Diana says, thank you for another wonderful stream and good night. Good night, Diana.
Good night,
and it's a
Diana.
song. Tom's thing, We Like the Moon because it's close to us, is the song. Apparently, I will post the video later. All right. Thanks, friends. Get your June Stealer stuff in before Sunday night. Tag Warp Shadow. At Warp Shadow on Instagram. Tag the hashtag June Stealer. And maybe you will be the #1 Stealer of June.
Woohoo!
All right, I'm going to end this thing. Thanks, dudes. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
If you're in Canada, have a good long weekend. And, if you're celebrating Pride, have a good Pride weekend.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I will see you all on Wednesday for Work in Progress Wednesday. Our next stream. Okay, adios, muchachos.
Adios.
Bye.
See ya.